and some statues. They're animals. There's a horse-like creature. There's blue skies off in the distance.
Feel yourself. Do you feel like you have a body?
I do.
Look down at your feet. How many toes do you have?
5 on each foot.
Your hands. How many fingers do you have?
5 on each hand.
Your skin tone. What color is it?
Darker than mine, normally. Like a dark coppery brown.
Are you wearing any clothing?
It's like a light shirt and some sort of longish skirt, but they're 2 pieces.
Do you feel female or male? Or both?
Female.
Are you carrying anything?
No.
Are you wearing any jewelry?
Yes. There's some sort of kind of a crown, but there is a purple jewel at the middle of my forehead, and I have some gold bracelets on my wrists, and there is a larger clear crystal around my neck.
How about your face? What does your face look like?
I'm human. My features are petite, but everything looks human. I have brown eyes, dark hair. It's longer, but it's like back in some sort of way. It's pulled back.
You said that there are statues in front of you. Can you tell me more about that horse statue and the other statues?
Yeah, this is some sort of place of reflection. This is where we come to reflect. They are white stone, maybe like a marble of sorts, and they're large. They're gigantic compared to me. There is the horse, which is like a normal horse, but almost looks like it's armored in a way, like a different animal, but it's definitely a horse. There are also some people statues along with it. They aren't as big, but they're bigger than me. They are one, two. I think there's 8 of the people statue, and there's one other horse. 2 horses and 8 people total. I also see some sort of temple, but it is off in the distance. It looks almost Grecian with the columns in the front and steps leading up to the actual temple. Yeah, it reminds me a lot of ancient Greece.
Flowing with it. Or would you like to? What would you like to do next?
I want to go up to the temple.
Go ahead and do so. Tell me what you're seeing along the way.
I have to walk up the hill. It's going towards almost like towards the sky, but it just seems that way because I'm walking up the hill.
Mm-hmm.
The sun is really bright in the sky. It's quiet. I'm surprised that there's no one else here. It's very quiet. There's a lot of steps. Temple and I'm walking through all the columns at the front. And now there's like an opening in the center, like a doorway, but there's no door. It's like everything is just really open. Inside, there's a big room, and there's a big fire in the center. It's like recessed in the floor. And oh, now I don't see them, but I sense that there are other people inside, but I don't see them where I am.
Okay. Keep moving time. Keep telling me what stands out of importance.
I'm in the same room, but it's a different time. There, there are people off to the side, and they seem to be getting ready for something. They're like lighting incense and candles. I can see through that doorway, and it's dark out now. It's not daytime anymore. I think we're getting ready for some sort of ceremony.
Mm-hmm.
There's other people like me, like not necessarily preparing, but we're all around the fire
Mm-hmm.
where there's there's several of us, and we're like placed around the fire at a like even distance. So we're like surrounding it, but there's space between us. And we're starting to raise our arms, and we're starting some sort of ritual and doing some breathing and chanting. We're all doing the same thing at the same time. We're we're in a like an effortless unison with everything. And our arms are going up and down. We're very deliberate in our movements. I think we are giving thanks. I also think this is some sort of ritual associated with a rebirth of energy. As this is all happening, I feel a power in my sacral chakra. It's like stirring up energy. I think this is like a coming of age ritual, and it's my first time doing it, but there's a knowledge greater than me telling me what I should do. I've done this before, but I don't think in this lifetime. I think I'm in Lemuria.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep. Even just acknowledging that seems it fits.
Good.
Where, yeah, we're beginning a formal like a initiation into being a woman. It's a lot of energy, and it's like vibrating me, and it's really strong, and I I feel everything like vibrating through me, but it seems to be entering like really into the sacral, and then like my hands are buzzing, my heart, all the crystal at my forehead and at my neck. They're they're moving energy through as well.
Beautiful.
Soaking up all the energy that seems to be the purpose at this time is to let the energy move through us. It is, I sense that it's purifying. I'm I'm clearing myself for something. This ritual is a beginning. It is preparing my womb. It is preparing my body for what it will need to do next.
Just keep moving time along, and explaining what stands out of importance.
Now, I'm in, I think it's my house, some sort of dwelling. It is made of stone and earth, and there are stones that are glowing, and it's later. I I think I'm a little older, maybe only a few years, but I feel my energy is really, really different. The place I am, it's so simple, but there there's a heaviness in me. I feel pregnant. I think
Mm-hmm.
it's early, but there's definitely something growing in my womb.
Beautiful. Is there anyone else there in your home with you?
Yes, there is my partner.
Mm-hmm. Tell me what he looks like.
Like like me, darker skin, darker, longer hair. He has the same crystal around his neck or a similar crystal. And he is wearing a similar clothing, just like a different style. But it is like light in color, two pieces. We are just getting ready to rest for the evening. And there is like like a bed of sorts, I guess you would call it. Is really soft. I think there's some sort of like natural, like not a mattress, but a pad
Mm-hmm.
that we lay on. We're just getting ready to rest for the evening, and we're laying down and holding one another before falling asleep.
Look into his eyes. Do you recognize his soul? Who is he?
I actually don't know. I actually think it doesn't, it's not familiar in the sense that I know him now,
Mm-hmm.
but I feel a similar energy, like a grounding energy. We're about to just, it's like a evening routine, and we do this every night. We hold one another and we discuss the positive aspects of the day, and we set ourselves and our intentions for the future
Mm-hmm.
before going to sleep to recharge.
Beautiful. Let's go ahead and leave that scene. Leave that scene. Let's go to another important time in this life, another important time where we will find answers that we seek for your highest healing. We're there now. Tell me what's going on next.
Oh, I'm more pregnant. There's a lot of time that has passed, I think. I think the babies will come soon. And there's there's more than one baby.
How
And
many are you having?
there's two.
Beautiful.
And it's a boy and a girl.
Mhm. How do you feel?
I'm just really overwhelmed. Like I already know them, even though they aren't here yet.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a little nervous because the world is changing.
How's the world changing?
Oh, there's different energies, and we're safe, but there there is some apprehension associated for future times, for the what my children will experience in in their lifetime. And they know this. They know they're coming for this. They're coming at this time for
Oh,
this
okay.
experience, and
Mm-hmm.
it will be hard.
Why do you think it'll be hard?
I know it will be hard. Uh, there's there's a shifting of energies, and energies are changing, and there are things that are going to arrive, and the world is going to change in their lifetime. But that is why they are here, and that is my purpose, is to get them ready and give them a solid foundation so that they can they can make it through and be lights for those around them.
Beautiful. Let's go ahead and leave that scene. Let's go to another important time in this life where we'll find answers that we seek for your highest healing. We're there now. Tell me what's going on now.
They're little. They're toddlers, like three, maybe a little older. We are outside, all of us, our whole family, and there is like a pond, a lake, a body of water. It's not very large, but I am like on the bank, the side of this like lake, and they're playing in the water, both of them, the boy and the girl. I can it's daytime, and I feel very energized by the sun. They're just playing in the water. And after, we're gonna do some sort of practice. They're in the water. The water is a point of charging. And then we're going to practice with our energy. And I'm going to show them how to move the energy throughout our body.
And tell me how that goes.
It's good. It's my daughter is more natural at it. My son, he has to work harder. He will get it. he needs more practice. It is harder for him to focus the energy in his body. The energy is stronger with him. And so he needs to work a little harder to calm it and to harness it for intentional use.
And what do they use this energy for? Why are you teaching them this? What's the purpose of it?
Where the earth is right now, we are getting the children ready. We know that there are things happening, there are things changing, and in their lifetime, maybe in my lifetime, they will be points of anchoring for the energy on the earth as it shifts. We know that there are things happening, bringing non corrupted, I guess non benevolent. It's natural energy, but it is changing. It is growing darker, and we want the future to be prepared to anchor as much of the positive energy to help the earth as possible. They would have been trained in this anyway, for just like I was, but is there is a stronger need, and we want them to be strong in the source of their energy and to be able to anchor it to the earth, even as the energies around them will not be as supportive as they are now.
Mm-hmm. Does everyone do this with their children?
Yes.
You were going to say something?
There is an understanding that I've done this a lot. This is not the first lifetime, but it is a different lifetime. The risks are higher. I haven't had to in my lifetimes. I have been well supported, and we are sensing that our children may not have the same support energetically. So there is a sense to what I am teaching, where I am trying to prepare them for those challenges that they will have to face. My husband also is preparing them, but differently. I am in charge of anchoring and developing the divine feminine energies, and he is doing the same with the masculine.
Mm-hmm.
So we take turns. We each teach them, but differently and at different moments and in their lives. And we do it separately. For now, but I get the sense as they get older, my husband and I, we will work together, because it will be very important that despite their gender, that both divine masculine and feminine are balanced and integrated within. And I am sensing that is new. I am aware of the even though I have a mostly divine feminine energy within myself,
Mhm.
there is a masculine energy that is supporting me as well. But with everything that is happening, my children will need a different balance
Mhm.
to remain strong and support the energies on the earth. That is part of the shifting of the energies. It is not a negative shifting, but it is. I have a knowing that it will move in a negative direction, possibly in their lifetimes. It is hard to know how fast things will move in the future.
Mhm.
They they will need more of a balance than we needed. For us, it is like a shared energy. So it is okay that I am not in a perfect balance because my purpose requires more feminine and my husband's requires more masculine, because here we are supported together. So despite the fact that we are separate beings, we are also a connected being.
Beautiful. Good. Let's go ahead and leave this scene. Let's go to another important time in this life, another important time. We're there now. Tell me what you see and sense.
I am with a group of women. We are caring for our divine masculines. We are getting them ready for with energies. I think it's an activation of sorts.
Your divine masculine within you or the divine masculine,
No, the
your
divine,
partner?
our
Your
partners.
partner. Got it. Okay.
Yeah, so it is like myself and other women, and we are getting like balancing them.
Mhm.
They have just returned from something, and it is a ritual we do upon their return.
Where was it that they went?
They it, they went on an exploration of sorts. We, as a collective, know how much the energy is shifting. And so the men went out away from from our home to feel things out, to see how things are shifting and changing and reporting back. We are having to work hard to rebalance in a way that we have not had to do before. It was like some sort of not a not a spy mission, but yeah, actually yes. Like we know we are protected, but we sense that things are shifting, and so it was decided that they would go out away from kind of the safety of our own energetic home
Mhm.
to feel what is happening on other parts of the earth.
Okay. And how many women are doing this to their partner?
There are 12 of us,
Okay. And
12 men and 12 women.
okay. And how did they look? How did they look when they came back? How did they feel?
They depleted, not overtly so, but They definitely sensed energies that we had not previously encountered.
Mm-hmm.
There are, it is still the beginning stages, but there are other places on Earth, Atlantis, that are not doing well.
Mm-hmm.
They are corrupted.
Mm.
And that explains the shifts we are feeling in the overall energy.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel we are noticing that they have picked up some darkness inadvertently
Okay.
in their auras, not in their bodies. They are too strong
Mm-hmm.
for it to have gone within, but it is lingering in their fields, and that is why they are requiring the rebalancing
Mm-hmm.
and the clearing, which is the ritual we are focusing on.
And did they travel all the way to Atlantis?
No, they sensed it was not safe.
Mm.
But
Mm-hmm.
even at a distance, there are energies pouring into Atlantis and that area that are not good.
Mm-hmm.
Atlantis itself is still of light. I sense that it is still filled with light, but there are cracks and darkness pouring in. And so they kept their distance. They could sense that, and they knew it was not in their best interest to get closer than they did.
Mm-hmm.
And they probably went closer than they should have,
Mm-hmm.
which explains the dark energy. But we we don't really understand everything that is happening, and so they did it to see what would happen.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So now they're back and you're working on them, helping them balance out. So tell me, how do you do that? How do you balance them out?
We are placing crystals on their body at the heart, at the third eye, and also surrounded by crystals supporting them at their crown, at their roots. We are burning herbs. We are energetically purifying them now. And then we're in a temple, and I sense it is a different temple than the one I spoke about earlier, but it looks almost identical,
Mm-hmm.
except instead of fire, there is water. There is a deep pool of water. We are near the pool of water with the crystals doing the energetic healing, and next they will bathe. And
Okay.
then after that, we will do more crystal work. And then also, we are infusing healing energy into food that they will all, and water that they will also consume afterwards.
Good. And tell me, does it work? Are you able to balance them and clear them?
Yes.
Good. How do they feel now?
Oh, so much better.
Mm.
It was hard doing the clearing.
Mm-hmm.
We, as the divine feminine, we had to take some of the energy ourselves to transmute it.
Mm-hmm.
I felt a pain in my heart that I have never felt. And it's gone now, but we are troubled by what we felt during the healing. This this needed to happen, and there there is an understanding that these journeys and rituals will continue.
Why does it have to continue?
The way that our world is changing, we we are getting closer and closer to the end of our time here in this way. And it is also why we are here, to prepare for this change. We need to make sure that as things change, we are supporting the future people and the energies they they will be encountering and lighting a way for what they can do to stay clear and do what they need to do to ensure that it ends in the most benevolent possible way.
Thank you. Well, your children, are they older now?
Yes,
How old are they?
15.
15?
Yes.
Keep moving time. Let's go to another important time in this life, an important time of importance. You're there now. Tell me what's going on now.
I'm at the first temple, and my daughter is coming of age, and I am supporting her in the energetic ritual. She's doing the same thing I did. She's around the fire and she's chanting, and I'm one of the people off to the side. I am there to hold the energy and to support the energy, just like there were women who were doing that for me.
But how old is your daughter?
15.
You were saying she's what?
She's coming of age. She's going through the energetic ritual to become a woman. And her and the other girls are moving around the fire and embracing the energy. We are having to put more protection in place for them than was done for us. There are changes happening, and my energy is strong, but we can sense energies of the future, and the next 20 to 50 years will be hard.
How is it that you're putting up protection? Do you mean protection around this ritual? What do you mean by that?
Around the ritual and around the island.
How do you put up this protection?
We burn certain herbs and vegetation and oils, and there are certain points on the island and in the temples where this happens. So there are outside places by the statues where we burn herbs and place crystals and activate those crystals. They're at certain points on the island. And then within the temples, there are also set places where this happens. They are done daily, set up and put into place. More had to be done than what was done from when I did it.
Tell me what do these crystals look like?
They're clear and large. They are the size, the smallest is like the size of like a pineapple, and the larger ones are the size of like a refrigerator, like a large appliance.
What do these crystals do when you put them in their locations?
They connect to one another and create a web of protection, an energetic web.
Good. And do these have to, what kind of maintenance do you have to do with these? Like how long does that last?
They are reactivated on a daily basis or infused on a daily basis with more energy. And every so many days, they must be cleansed to retain their strength. So they go in the same healing water that we use to help clean and cleanse the divine masculine. And
Go ahead.
I am sensing that we are able to move them to that temple actually, so they can go into the healing water
How are you able to do that?
with our energy. It takes several of us, but we can move them.
How? How do you do that?
We we use our own divine energy, and also the crystals we wear on our heads allow us to harness these energies and work together to move them. It is what I would now call telekinesis, but one cannot do it by themselves. It is a group effort, and it takes a lot of energy. We must prepare beforehand and cleanse and make sure we are properly nurtured to be able to do it. But all energy is connected, and the crystals are built of the same energy we are built of. And so it is possible.
Good. Let's go ahead and leave this time, another important time in this life. You're there now. Tell me what's going on now.
I'm really old, but I feel old. I don't look old. I look pretty young, like an adult, but I'm older. I sense that it's time for me to begin transitioning. I have prepared to leave this body. I don't have to leave, but I have a sense that I can be of more assistance out of this physical body. And my soul is tired, not exhausted, but it has gotten more challenging in the last few years. The energies we have to work hard at things that were once effortless.
Mm-hmm.
And I sense it's time to go.
Is your spouse there? Your partner?
He is, and he is close as well. He will go at close to the same time, if not the same time. We're connected. One of us will not last long without the other.
Mm-hmm. What about your children? Are your children there?
Yes. They are older. Oh, I sense they're in their 40s or 50s, although they do not look that old. And
Mhm.
oh, I am over 100, although I do not look that old either.
And the Atlantis energy, how does that feel in that time, in this time and space?
The darkness has grown larger. It We stopped doing the spy missions because it got too dangerous for ourselves. We were able to clear from the last one, but it took so much more energy and time and effort, and
Mhm.
we we know it is not going well. We sensed towards we sensed that the dark was overpowering the light to a degree that where it was not no longer safe, and we increased our own protections, but we could still feel it. It was not infringing, but we got we have gotten to the point where it cannot be ignored even within our protections. I sense that as the divine feminine, I am feeling it stronger than my partner. My children are not feeling it as strongly because their energies are more balanced. That is why it was happening that way, because the divine masculine has a little bit more of that brute strength protection than the feminine. I'm too open naturally that I I struggle to protect myself without outside assistance.
What do you mean by outside assistance?
The crystals, my partner, food, nourishing foods, ritual energy sharing.
Mhm.
I I'm too open. I struggle. I've never had to protect myself, so I struggle to do it without help.
During these spy missions, are there any important intel that you acquired of importance?
Yes, we can sense that Atlantis is going to fall
Mhm.
after us. We are still somewhat strong. They they will exist in a dark place before the end. We we will go sooner as a civilization, not due to them, but because of them. We are making a choice to prepare and send our children off strong, because we are sensing that if we do not do so, we have an have a sense that Atlantis will try to darken us, and we cannot let that happen. We have to go in light, and if that means ending before we could end, we will do so for protection of future generations and our sacred knowledge.
Any last thoughts while you're preparing to pass away?
I I just I I sense I will still be here, but I will not have the same abilities in my energetic form. And so I I am showing my children how to sense me when I am gone, even though I am not gone. We are just practicing that before I leave.
How will they sense you?
They have crystals that are connected to me, and it isn't through their heart. Their heart is connected to my heart by a golden energy. If they feel their heart, they feel me.
Go ahead and take your last breath and tell me what happens next.
I float up, look down at everyone. I go towards the sun. Oh, and my husband follows right after. And we move up towards the universal source sun together and blend in with source energy.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. You mentioned that even though you'll be gone, you won't be gone. Can you explain that now that you've blended in with source energy?
The sun is always shining on the earth. And I am there in the rays of the sun's sunshine.
Beautiful.
And I am absorbed by plants and the skin of the people, and little parts of me just now exist everywhere.
That's beautiful. Thank you. Now that you're part of source there, can I plead to this essence now that is part of source?
Yes.
Thank you. Now that she's went through that process, I was wondering if we could possibly then connect to her daughters, and her daughter, her son, her daughter, and her son who are still there. Perhaps in a time where something of importance, something that happens in their time and space before they move on. Would you be able to connect me directly to her daughter?
Yes.
Good, thank you. Let me speak to her daughter now. In a time and space, in this time of importance. There now, tell me what's greetings.
Hello.
Thank you for speaking to us. We love you, honor you, and respect you. You feel very strong.
I feel very strong.
Good. Tell me, your parents passed away, and you feel them within the rays of the sun and through the crystals. We're in a time and space now that of importance. Tell me what's going on with the Earth and Atlantis now.
Atlantis is dark. We sense it, and we have made the choice to leave Lemuria. We are going to set off in boats and start over.
About how old are you?
I am 67.
Is your brother with you?
Yes.
Did you all have spouses as well with you, or is it just you two?
We have spouses, and we are part of a collective community.
Mm-hmm. Is it many of you?
Yes, but no. 36 of us.
And are these from that island that your mother spoke of?
We are all the same. We're close generationally. I have children of my own, and they are in their 30s.
Were you able to teach them how your parents taught you to protect?
Yes. Yes.
Would you say that they are stronger than you?
Yes. Each generation has been stronger.
Good.
As we have sensed that they need different balancing for the future.
Those spy missions that your parents were doing, did you continue that, or did you?
No, we did not. We could sense where it was going, and it would have been more dangerous to continue. And so we stopped. after that last one, actually. Uh, I'm sensing there might have been a few more in my parents' lifetime, but it
Mm,
it was not in anyone's greatest good to continue.
okay. And so you said that you're preparing to leave. You're in a canoe. Tell me more.
We are bringing small crystals. We cannot bring the larger crystals. And we have been given guidance from ancestors that the crystals that are larger will do more good in the ocean. We are charging them before we leave, before things fall.
You're charging them where in the temple your mother did?
At the temple and around the island. Uh, once we leave the island after our preparations, we will sink the island.
Okay. And these are you still able to move them around? Well, like
Yes.
okay, with telekinesis. Okay,
Yes.
good. And how many crystals are there?
There are 12 gigantic crystals and hundreds upon thousands of smaller ones.
Beautiful. Okay, so go ahead and embark on your journey. Tell me what that's like and what that process looks like.
We are on the boats and we have, each of us has brought a medium sized crystal for ourselves. We are in, it's like a dozen large type boats. They are canoe like, but they are larger than what a canoe is typically in modern day. We, after setting the protections and activating the grid, we use our combined energies and we split the hillside by the temples, and the earth cracks. I am.
How do you split it? How do you split it?
It's an energetic process. We are harnessing volcanic energies beneath the surface.
Mm-hmm.
Similar to how we move the crystals, we are moving the molten lava, and that is creating the cracks.
Mm.
We are watching it happen, and it is a slow process at first. It takes close to a day to harness and fuel that energetic shifting for the cracking and splits to occur.
Mm-hmm.
And then the end happens just as fast as the entire preparation.
Okay.
So we set it into motion, and then it's like a cause and effect. It takes it from there. We are witnessing as everything starts to crumble. The land, the temples seem to be staying intact, the crystals are intact, but the landform itself is splitting and crumbling and starting to sink.
Mm-hmm. Are
I
you
don't I don't know if it's a sinking so much as like
Mhm,
an opening and swallowing.
mhm,
We are watching, but we also need to keep moving. So we are at a safe distance as in the final moments, we do not want to be sucked under in the
mhm.
water.
Are you on your canoes as you're moving away?
Yes,
I keep moving time. Tell me what happens next of importance.
we find land. And it,
So then everything gets sucked in, and then you travel and you find land.
yes,
So does
it,
everything go down in that island, including the temples, everything?
yes.
Okay. Okay. And you said you find the land. Tell me about this.
We followed, we followed the horizon off towards the sun. We could feel that that is the direction we needed to go in. I could feel I could feel the energy of my parents guiding us. And we travel for, it does not seem like long, but it is long. And we find land and a beach. It is tropical looking, very, it looks a lot like where we have left. There are no crystals that I see yet, but I sense them.
Good. Keep moving time. Tell me what happens next of importance.
We have settled in and we are using the crystals we have brought to find the larger crystal formations we can sense.
In this new land, are there any other people there? Any other life?
We sense other people, but we have not met them.
Keep moving time. Tell me what happens next. Are you able to find the bigger crystals you're looking for?
Yes, they are in caverns.
Mhm.
We have moved inland away from the coast.
Okay, so you're moved away from the coast. Do you mean Atlantis,
Where we landed
where you landed?
from the
Oh, okay,
boats.
from the coast. Why is it that you moved? Why did you leave your land and move? What was the purpose of that?
We could sense that it was not safe close to the ocean.
Hmm.
For
Okay,
the
so
time for the time being, it is in our best interest if we are inland. We follow water, we've some river, and so we are still near water. We must always still be near water, as
mhm,
water is sacred and important to our survival, but we sense that being by the beach was not safe or would not be safe for long.
okay,
So we have moved inland, and that has also been where we have found caves with crystals.
good. Is this land not an island like yours?
No, wow, it is large. It is not an island.
Okay. All right, now that you found these crystals, what are you going to do with them?
We're going to set up a new temple, but we are going to be careful about, we sense that there needs to be some secrecy with our temples and practices.
Okay, why is that?
We understand that the world is continuing to shift and change, and not everyone where we have found ourselves will be benevolent. It is to keep us safe and to keep our energies safe as long as we can.
How about have you run into any people yet?
There are some native people. They are kind, and we do sense that they are nice and pure of heart.
Let's go ahead and move forward. Is there a time that anything else happens of importance during your lifetime with Atlantis? Move forward. Is there anything else?
It falls. We do not see it or witness it, but we can feel it in the energetics. We could feel it up until that point. There was a dark poison, and when the dark poison was too much, Atlantis was cleansed. It did not completely annihilate the darkness, but it quelled it for a good time.
Around how old are you when this happens?
Oh, wow. I am over 100. I do not look it at all, but I'm quite 120, 100, at least 120. We are happy that it has fallen, and I also sense that we contributed to it.
How so?
As the darkness was growing and growing, we could sense that it was not safe for them to continue. And this was an energetic collective feeling extending beyond ourselves. Um, we did some energetic rituals with our own crystals and with the sacred water near us to aid in the sinking, just like we did with our own home. We could not let it continue beyond where it was at that time. It was a very dark poison. And even though the darkness was not completely obliterated, we were able to cleanse some of it as much as we could. And we know that that was our job. That was our purpose, was to at least cushion the blow of darkness before it expanded elsewhere.
Good. So do you mean like a collective? Do you mean the like who was the collective, the earth, the universe? Who was assisting with this collective to help bring it down?
It was the Lemurians that were left over. We tapped into the power of Gaia. And then I am also sensing that the natives that we encountered were helpful. I sense that we joined them. We, as we grew to trust them and we could see that there was love in their hearts, we trusted them with some of our sacred knowledge, with the understanding that we needed more energetic assistance.
Beautiful. Good. Okay. So what is that like once you feel it falling?
It is a relief, and there is an underlying stillness, like a calm peace, but there is a sense that there is still darkness. It is lessened, but it is not gone. We, for the remainders of my days, my job is to keep it as at bay as much as possible, with the understanding that it will grow.
Anything else you want to share about your life of importance? Anything else?
I am sensing that we are in Mexico, and we became the basis for one of the civilizations there. I am seeing a temple, like Aztec, maybe my one of those cultures. That is what we became.
Beautiful. Good.
I also sense that while it started out benevolent,
Mm-hmm.
the darkness did grow there as well. Not in my lifetime,
Mm-hmm.
but after my lifetime, the
Okay.
darkness did spread.
Did your people end up maybe intermingling, having children with these indigenous people?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So then some of these indigenous would have been Atlantean yes, descendants.
I am sensing yes. And while they were not infringed at the time, they had a predisposition to do so. There were ancestral connections that eventually took hold.
Thank you. Thank you for that. It truly has been an honor to have spoken to you today as the daughter of your beautiful mother here. Our love to you and all the hard work that you did to help us in the now, in this time and space. If you're able to sense, we've done much work ourselves. So thank you for setting up that foundation for us and working divinely with your hearts. Profoundly, thank you. We love you, honor you, and respect you.
Yes.
Can I please speak to the higher self?
Yes.
Amazing, such profound, thank you, higher self, such profound teachings today. As you know, she had a session with me one other time, and then this second time around, like, wow, phenomenal. Thank you for bringing her to me, and this was so essential in this time and space. It's amazing how divinely this happens. We just finished having this most profound live video. Speaking of some of this corruption and venom that happened in that time and space, and how we don't want to repeat that in this time and space now. So thank you for bringing more details for us and more knowledge, sacred knowledge. Thank you. Wonderful. Now, higher self, I have a couple questions off that life. May I ask them?
Yes.
What were those statues of those horses at the beginning? Horse-like statues.
They were actually unicorns.
Okay.
And
What
they
did,
were set there as guardians of the island.
But she said there were were there other animals statues there?
Yes.
What were some of the other animals besides the unicorns?
Large cats, griffins, lots of large cats, various different cats. I am seeing, I think, like a panther. And then I am seeing a cat-like bird. I think it's a griffin. It has wings, bird-like but cat-like at the same time. There were more statues she did not see on other parts of the island. The horses were where she was near the temple at the time. They are guardians of the Lemurian people and served as reminders of the protection they were given.
Beautiful. In this science space, I love statues myself. We teach never to worship though, but they're like friends, companions,
Yes.
providing safety and protection.
Yes.
Would you recommend this for other humans as well? Like if they find a connection to a benevolent being, to do so as well?
Yes. You are all connected to these animals. These animals are your guardians and watch over you even though you do not know they are there.
Beautiful. And how do these statues really how does that bridge forth that by having, say, these statues of what means something special to us?
They were reminders of the protection given by the earth and the animals on the earth.
Mhm.
They were put in place as an anchoring of energy for the Lemurian people, as well as reminders of the protection that exists.
And these crystals that they ended up allowing to, these big ones that they allowed to sink into the ocean, are they still in our oceans?
They are.
Good. Are they shielded and protected?
They are.
Good. Good. Okay. And are they still working?
They are not as strong as they once were, but they are still working.
Good. This island, where was this island located now in our time and space? Where would it be located in our map before they sunk it?
It is where present day Hawaii is, way off the coast of Mexico. And that is why they landed on Mexico after it sank.
Mm-hmm. But is it part of Hawaii?
It is between Hawaii and Mexico
Got it.
in the ocean.
Hawaii is a different land, but it's near
Yes.
in that proximity. Okay. Thank you. Very good. All right. Higher self, is there anything else that you want to share about this life that I might have not asked of importance?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
She had a stronger connection to her daughter, a
Yeah.
more natural connection to her daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a strong connection with her son from past lifetimes.
There's also mentioned that some of the Lemurian people also went into the inner earth. Do you have any knowledge on that, higher self?
Yes. When they integrated with the natives in Mexico, there are some people who did not want to do so, and they branched off and ended up in inner earth.
Mm-hmm.
They were distrusting of where the civilization was going, rightfully so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They sensed that while it was love based to begin with, that it would not remain that way. And they chose to branch off and ended up in inner earth.
Wonderful, thank you. And tell me, why 12 of them in that island that then branched off and then ended up 36 of them leaving? Why did it begin from 12? Do they have any connection to any of these councils of 12s or what?
Yes, 12. 12 is a sacred number. It is one of the numbers as the basis of our universe. Our system of numbers currently in the world should be based off of 12.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
It has been inverted and switched to 10.
Yes, thank you. We teach that as well. Thank you. Okay, good. Anything else I could have asked about this life, higher self? And what is the purpose you took her there? What did you want her to learn from that experience?
That is the life most connected to what she is currently experiencing with the infringements and the change in energy. It is also one of the lives that she has shared with the majority of people she is currently sharing her life with. Her current partner was there, her sister was there, her twin flame was there. And I am also sensing that there were other people like her parents who were also there, just not in prominent life connections.
Okay. But one of her things is that she feels so overwhelmed and sad. And because she's the only one awakened, higher self, what can you tell her to bear this time and space to be able to move forward, especially because some of these people are in her life now and they were, working so hard then.
She has been on this path in this lifetime for longer than it could have taken. She has held on to trauma and grief from the end of that life experience and the knowledge of the experience of her children, which have kept her at bay to her spiritual journey and resistant. It is hard for her to embrace the divine knowledge she senses and feels because of the traumatic end she knew was coming in this past life. She needs to be shielding, as she knows, and she needs to be meditating more.
Yes.
If she can get into a regular practice, things will open up so much, so strongly, but she is scared. She is scared because she already feels very separate from everyone else and out of place, and knows that that will increase. And it is really challenging for her to face that. She knows she needs to do it. She knows all the things, all the things. She just needs to believe more in her abilities and not care so much about those around her and their opinions of what she chooses to do and say.
Okay. And I think a lot has to do with we've been really, deprogrammed these sacred teachings because we teach that similar how it was so beautiful how, she sat there with her partner and they looked at each other and they talked to each other before bed and they loved on one another before they went to sleep and all these sacred things. So we've been teaching to treat everything sacred no matter what it is, even if it's plowing, shoveling the snow or raking the leaves, things that seem like chores to us. They're not. They're gifts. And to, for example, heal the land and the snow as you touch it and work with it. As you're moving the snow, you're moving the energy. Perhaps you're balancing Earth itself, and a lot of what you all were doing.
Yes.
Thank you. That was a really beautiful example. Wow.
She craves that connection in this life. It has been very isolating and challenging to not have that support from her partner. She can have it, but she needs to be brave. She needs to ask for it. And she needs to set boundaries.
Good. Would you, higher self, would you suggest for her to do a session like this one on him if he will allow?
Yes, he will allow. She is nervous because not only of the practice, but the vulnerability, but all will go well if she commits to it. He will do it out of a sense of duty at first, but it will lead to greater things for them.
Beautiful. Good. Okay. Higher self, can we begin her body scan now? If you could start scanning her from head to toe. Do you need any assistance from any other benevolent being, archangels, any ascended masters?
Michael and the Divine Mother.
Beautiful. Higher self, connect us to Divine Mother and Archangel Michael now, please. Greetings, speaking to both of you now, Divine Mother and Archangel Michael. We love you, honor you, and respect you. Thank you for your assistance. The higher self has called forth, and your assistance today to conduct the body scan to ensure that she is completely clear. And we set her up for her most organic timeline. Thank you. Can I address both of you just collectively? Is that fine?
Yes.
Thank you, Divine Mother. All right. Higher self, let's go ahead and begin the body scan now. All of you working, all three of you working there with her, looking for any negative energies, entities, technologies, anything holding her back, as you know, she feels like she's not really moving forwards. So let's find what's causing this.
There is something over the third eye. It's like a, it's like a, looks like a white cloth.
Is it an energy, a technology?
It's an energy.
Energy, a white cloth. Is that negative, positive?
It is negative.
Okay. And when did this enter over her third eye?
Recently.
What was going on with her then that allowed for this to enter?
She was smoking. It allowed it to slip in and slide over.
She was smoking the cannabis?
Yes.
Okay. And it's just an energy, it's not a technology?
It's an energy.
Okay. Can we use Phoenix Fire now, Divine Mother, and transmute that from and higher self from her third eye?
Yes.
Good. Transmuting that now. Okay. Let's continue scanning her. Does she have any entities? Let's find all entities in her if she has any more.
In her stomach or intestine, small intestine on the right side, there is an entity.
What kind of entity, or archon, reptilian, or earthbound?
Archon.
Contained now with the symbols. Let me know when it's contained.
It is contained.
Good. Let's start neutralizing that archon now out of that space. Is that connected to her stomach issues?
Yes.
Good. Let's start healing any trauma that this archon has caused by being there in her stomach. We're neutralizing all parts of it. We're also directing Phoenix Fire to any parts, ensuring to transmuting any residue, anything left over from it as you neutralize it. Thank you. Okay, now let's go ahead and scan her again. We want to find all entities in her. Where else does she have entities at?
The back of her head.
Oh, I forgot to ask. My apologies. When did this archon come into her stomach?
Recently. She was consuming foods she knows she should not consume.
Which is what? What kind of food?
Oh, sugars, cakes, desserts, candy. Oh, it was around Halloween.
Okay.
And she got a little lazy and had way too much. And it allowed them to attach to her.
Good. Good. So we're transmuting anything from that archon, right?
Yes.
Good. Neutralizing it out. Thank you. All right. Let's scan her again. You said where else does she have entities?
The back of her head, there's some sort of technology. I think it is two pieces, like on the left and right back of her head near into the neck.
Okay. And it's a technology, you said?
Yes.
Does it have a consciousness or is it just a technology?
There's a consciousness.
Okay. Let's go ahead and contain that with the proper symbols. Let me know when it's contained.
It is strong. It is just taking a little time.
Good. All three of you working together to contain it. Yeah. Directing Phoenix Fire where needed.
It is contained.
Good. Let's start bringing. Oh, that AI consciousness, was it ever organic?
No.
Okay, so let's go ahead and then let's start neutralizing that completely. And we're using Phoenix Fire, transmute the tech out, and then the AI consciousness neutralizing it since it was never organic. Is this connected to her neck? She was talking about the back of her neck.
Yes, but that is slightly different.
Okay.
The technology is gone.
Good.
But yes, the neck and shoulders, there is still something.
Okay. And when did this attach there, this AI consciousness with technology?
It was in September.
Mm-hmm.
And again, by smoking, she was very vulnerable and not shielded.
Mm-hmm. Okay, good. We're going to go ahead and fully transmute that out. Thank you. And you said now she does have something in her neck and shoulder. What is that?
It is technology as well, but it was organic or is organic.
Organic technology? Like, do
Yes.
you mean it has a consciousness that was organic?
Yes.
Okay, so it's an AI consciousness that was once organic.
Yes.
Okay, and go ahead and contain that in the proper symbols. Let me know when it's contained.
It is contained.
Good. We're neutralizing all technology within it, and then we're also bringing organic light back to the once organic soul, so that it won't be AI anymore consciousness, and now it will be organic. Can you do that?
Yes.
Good. We'll let you continue working on that, and we'll be back. Where else does she have entities at?
The back of her heart,
What kind of entity is that?
organic.
Organic.
Reptilian. It's reptilian.
Reptilian. Okay. Contain that now with the symbols. Let me know when it's contained.
It is contained.
Good. Scan her again. We want to find all entities in her. Where else does she have entities at?
There's a reptilian in the back of the head as well that has been hiding.
Okay. Let's go ahead and contain that now. Let me know when it's contained.
It does not want to be contained.
Okay. Michael, Divine Mother, Higher Self, contain it. Do you need any assistance? We'll direct Phoenix Fire there.
Yes, please.
Okay. Do you need any other assistance from any other benevolent beings?
No, the Phoenix fire helped.
Good. Let me know when it's contained.
It is contained.
Beautiful. Going back to the AI consciousness in back of her head, that has that was organic. Once, when did that attach?
Through a student.
Oh, one of her. Okay, students got it. And how did that happen?
There was a negative interaction and it attached during that time. The student has very dark energy. It is infringed upon her before.
During these times that all these things recently happened to her, was she shielded?
No.
Okay, so I know she knows how to shield, and especially with all that experience she had in Lemuria, and then she's also learned through our teachings too. So continue to sister. I am sure that she's not gonna miss point now. But yeah, very good. Thank you. Okay, let's continue scanning her. Where else does she have entities at?
There is something in the chest below her heart towards the middle in her sacral chakra.
What is it? Is that an energy, entity, or technology?
It is an entity. Ooh, it is moving. Now it is on her left side by her hip.
Okay. What kind of entity is that? Reptilian, Archon, or Earthbound?
It is hard to tell.
Is it a mixture of things?
Maybe it is hard to sense. It feels like an entity of some sort, maybe Archon, but also earthbound.
Okay, continue with the symbols now. Let me know when it's contained.
It is contained.
Let's go ahead and start neutralizing the Archon within this entity while assisting the Earthbound to bring forth its organic light. Can you do that?
There is still something in her shoulders.
What is it? Energy?
Technology? It's an energy.
Okay. Does this energy have consciousness?
Yes.
So that would be an entity. Is it like an AI consciousness or is it like an organic consciousness? or
It
come. Mm.
it feel it I'm sensing like vines and like threads. I I think it's a technology with organic consciousness.
Okay. There's an organic consciousness in her shoulder.
It's both shoulders. It's like bridging across the shoulders, like a line across.
Go ahead and contain all of that within the perspective symbols. Let me know when they're contained.
They are contained.
Good. Let's start transmuting and eradicating the technology, and we're bringing light back to this organic consciousness. Okay, let's continue scanning her. Where else does she have entities?
Right elbow.
What kind of entity is that?
Reptilian.
Okay, contained now. Let me know when it's contained.
Contained.
Good. Where else does she have entities at? Scan her deeply, thoroughly. Check her DNA. How does her DNA look? Does she have any AI or negative fractals there
There's a negative fractal.
in her DNA?
Yes.
Okay. Is it artificial or is it organic?
Artificial.
Okay. Continue with the alchemy symbols, and let's go ahead and start clearing her DNA from any of this negative artificial and any AI within it. Can you do that higher self?
Yes.
Okay. And we're also bringing her DNA fully to crystalline light, and we're deprogramming any false programming within it. Can you do the higher self and Divine Mother and Michael?
Yes.
Beautiful. Thank you. Okay. All right. Scan her again. Does she have any other entities in her?
There is a reptilian in her mid back on her spine.
Okay. Contain it now with the symbols. Let me know when it's contained.
It is contained.
Good. Continue scanning her. Where else does she have entities at?
I am not sensing any other entities.
Beautiful. Good. Okay, so first thing I want to go over here. Okay, is the cloth pulled off for third eye?
Yes.
Good. Let's provide Phoenix fire and fill in love light to her third eye. And we're going to open up her abilities and open up her third eye as her higher self sees fit. Can you do that?
Yes.
Good. How about the arcana in her stomach? Is that gone yet?
It is.
Good. Let's fill in love light and Phoenix fire there as well, ensuring it's all healed. She no longer has any more stomach issues. Okay. Then, okay, let's see. Okay, and how about the tech with the AI consciousness in the back of her head? Is it all light now? This AI, oh, did that one begin organic or was it artificial always?
I think it is organic.
Okay, let me, is it back to being organic now?
Yes.
Good. Can we speak to it now, please, if you can help it come up now?
Yes.
Greetings. Thank you for speaking to us. We love you, honor you, and respect you. May we ask you questions?
Okay.
If you could tell us, you were once, you were organic before, but then you end up being in this technology as an AI consciousness. What happened to you? Where were you before you became this AI consciousness?
I was a gray.
You were gray. Okay. Mhm. So now what are you since they brought light back to you?
Some sort of energy.
Okay. As this gray, you were still part organic?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So now you're some sort of energy. Okay, got it. And how does it feel now?
Light.
Do you know how you became this gray? Do you remember how that happened?
No.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Do you have very good. Now that you're all light, do you have a message for her before you go?
No.
Wonderful. Go ahead and release yourself. Make sure that you don't leave any piece of yourself behind and you're fully out. And let's call on Archangel Azrael, please, higher self.
Yes.
Welcome, brother. We love you, honor you, and respect you. If you could please guide this now positive energy entity to where it's meant to go for its highest ascension?
Of course.
Blessings. Thank you. Thank you. Blessings to the now entity. Love you. Honor you and respect you. Okay, now let's provide healing and love light phoenix fire to the back of her head, repairing any damage that caused there. Can we do that?
Yes.
Good. Okay. Any of these pains that she was having, we're healing all parts of those connected to these entities and so on. She has. Can you scan her? Does she have any dark portals in her?
Yes.
Where does she have dark portals at?
In the middle of her spine.
Okay. Can you go ahead and close that, Michael? Let us know when it's closed.
It is closed.
Good. Let's fill in love light there. Any other dark portals in her?
The right side of her neck.
Let's go ahead and close that now. Michael, let me know when it's closed.
It is closed.
Good. Let's fill in love light there. Healing any damage it caused. Any other portals anywhere else?
Left hand.
Close that dark portal now. Let me know when it's closed, Michael.
It is closed.
Good. Let's fill in love light there. Repairing any damage it caused there. Any other dark portals in her?
No.
Okay. And when did these portals come in?
Halloween.
All the candy again? Sugar?
No.
No?
The veil. The veil
Oh,
was
the
very
veil.
thin.
But I'm sure the sugar didn't help.
No, it never helps.
Okay.
She does not even really like it that much.
Mhm.
It is more a cultural thing.
Okay, we're healing all damage that those portals caused. Does she have any dark portals in her home or land that we can close for her?
In her bedroom, by her bed.
Can we close that now, Michael?
Yes.
Thank you. Once it's closed, fill in love light. Anywhere else in her home or land?
In the living room, by the front door.
Okay, close that down, Michael, and then fill in love light when you're done. Thank you, Michael. Anywhere else?
No.
Beautiful. All right, we're healing any damage those portals caused in her home and land. Thank you. Okay, now she has reptilians in the back of her head, back of heart, right elbow, and mid back. Are any of these connected to one another?
They are all connected.
Good. Let me speak to them collectively. Bring them up now, please. Higher self, Michael, Divine Mother, speaking to them now. Greetings.
Hello.
Thank you for speaking to us. We love you, honor you, and respect you. Can you tell us when was it that you attached to the different parts of her body?
Very recently.
What was going on that allowed for you to come in?
It was a combination of things. She was not shielded. She was not feeling in a great place. Anger, frustration, sorrow. It made it easy.
Okay, and can you tell me, do you have a reptilian body you're connected to somewhere else?
Yes.
Okay, let me speak to that reptilian body now. I would like to speak to them now. Greetings.
Hello.
Thank you for speaking to us. We love you, honor you, and respect you. May we ask you questions?
Okay.
If you could tell us, where is it that you are located at?
We are on another planet.
Okay. And how many more other reptilians are there with you?
57.
Okay. And what is it that you're doing there?
We are working.
What's part of your work?
We gather.
Mm-hmm. You just gather?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We are assisting entities. So I would like to connect to all of you there on that planet, all the reptilians there. We love you, honor you, and respect you. Speaking to you in regards to the earth is ascending, the universe is ascending, as you know, and entities like you who are parasitic in nature will no longer be able to do this anymore. You're going to automatically return back to source, back to transmuting back to source. And instead of doing that, we love, honor you, your beautiful soul and the experiences that you've gone through. We would love to assist you to spread your light instead. That light within you, we know that you can sense it now inside of you. You can spread your light and you can positively ascend it, no longer having to play this negative polarized role, being used in this manner to harvest light. Would you all allow for help for us to help you spread your light and become free and sovereign?
We are unsure.
You're unsure?
Yes.
Okay. Tell us, what is it that you're unsure of?
We are comfortable.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I know sometimes when you get so used to doing this, one thing for a long time, it could be a little scary to be something different. Just look within you, all of you. Find that light within you and just feel it. Feel how it wants to really just spread and allow you to assist you to become free. Can you feel it inside of you?
A little.
Would you allow for us to help you spread it so you can really feel it?
Okay.
Beautiful. All of us now, all the archangels, divine mother, and higher self, sending love to that planet there and helping them spread their love light, spreading their light to all parts of themselves within their bodies. And tell me, who did you attach to? Anyone else besides her?
Yes.
How many more did you attach to?
3.
Okay, very good. And those 3, can we ask the higher self, divine mother, if they will allow for us to help remove those consciousness from them?
Yes.
Let me know what their higher self say.
We are in agreement.
Good. Let's go ahead and start spreading the love light, the light within the consciousness attached to her and those 3. And then once they're all light, return them back to these reptilians, making them whole once more. And let me know once all of you are light and you're whole once more.
We are light.
Beautiful, beautiful. Do you have a message for her before you go?
We are sorry.
Thank you. Can we call forth on Archangel A.U.R.A and his legion?
Yes.
Thank you, brother. If you could please assist these beautiful, now positive, polarized entities to where they're meant to go for their highest ascension. Thank you. Blessings to them. All right, let's provide love light healing now to all parts of her body, the back of her heart, the back of the head, right elbow, mid back, and all those, the other 3 that they attach to, love light to them with their higher self's permission. Can we do that?
Yes.
Fill them in with love light. Thank you. Healing any trauma, any pain that they caused by being in these different parts of her body as well. Okay, so now she has an archon and earthbound type of entity in her lower left back. We already neutralized, we started neutralizing the archon. Has that been completely neutralized out of this earthbound entity?
Yes.
Good. Let me speak now to this earthbound entity. If you could help it come up now, please. Greetings.
Hello.
Thank you for speaking to us. We love you, honor you, and respect you. May we ask you questions?
Yes.
Thank you. If you could tell us when was it that you attached there to her lower left back?
It was from an interaction she had with someone at work.
So now that you are organic, tell me, did you ever have a body?
No.
Okay. You're just an earthbound entity. Got it. All right. Well, would you allow for us to help you spread your light just like the other entities you saw spread their light and become free? Would you allow for us to do that for you as well?
Yes.
Beautiful. Find the light within you. Spread it to all that is you, every root, every cord. Once you're all light, release yourself. Let us know once you're fully out and you're all light.
I'm light.
Beautiful. Do you have a message for her before you go?
I'm sorry that I dimmed your light.
Thank you. Go ahead and go with the love light of the universe. Blessings to you. Archangel A.U.R.A will ensure your safe passageway. Very good. Now she has tech with organic consciousness. And I forgot to write down where that was. Where is it in her body?
Along the shoulders.
That's right. Okay, is this back to the inorganic consciousness?
Yes. It
Good.
is deeper than I thought. It is stretched up to the forehead as well.
Okay, Phoenix firing all parts wherever it's connecting. Has this tech been removed fully or?
Not quite.
Okay, so we'll continue to work on that and we'll be back to this. Okay, and then how about the AI in her DNA? Has that been removed?
Yes.
Good. Okay, let's go ahead and scan her. Does she have any hooks or implants in her?
I do not sense any.
Okay, beautiful. And then how about any kind of other negative technologies or wires? Scan her deeply, thoroughly.
There is some sort of wire in her left middle back.
Okay, let's go ahead and Phoenix fire and transmute that out. Can you do that?
Yes.
Good. And after you're done with it, fill in love light. Thank you. Okay, how about negative course? Does she have any? We know that the majority of her family has been vaccinated, and they were so beautiful in that, Lemurian time. So let's see. Does she have any negative cords from that?
Yes, yes, all of them.
Okay, so can we cut the ones that are not necessary to be attached to her, and we keep the ones that are meant to be connected, but cleansing them?
Yes.
Good. Start that process now. Michael, Divine Mother, and Higher Self. What can she do, Higher Self? Is there any way that she could, she is an aura practitioner, any way that she can aura assisting in that manner to perhaps someday to heal?
Yes. It might take time.
Yeah.
There her family is bought in very deeply
Mm-hmm.
to the lie, and they live far away, so that is a hindrance. But her mother in particular is open,
Good.
and I will say that in comparison with some other people, for the most part, her family is understanding of her choice and respectful.
Good. So we'll provide sending them, continue to send love, and I'm sure she will do that every day. And then we'll guide higher self, just continue to guide her as she's able to assist them if they allow.
Yes.
Thank you. And about her nephew, she had a question about her nephews. What can you tell her about that?
They they are here for a difficult journey.
Mm-hmm.
They are strong, immortal souls, but they will face challenges with the current circumstances, one more than the other. She should send them love, light as well, and circumstances will ideally shift as they grow older, and she will have more opportunities to assist in the future.
Good, good, good. Thank you. Okay, let's see. Healing her abortion when she had the abortion. What can you tell her about that higher self so she could release that finally?
It was not her fault. She had a contract from a past life that was connected to, and that's why it felt so not of her control. It was a learning experience for her to have greater awareness of the value of the life of future children.
And can we heal all parts of her reproductive system? As you know, she hasn't been able to have children. Can we do that for her now?
Yes.
Good. And then also deprogram her need for smoking cannabis, marijuana. As we know, she got attachments towards it. So just deprogramming that completely so she won't find the need for it anymore. Can we do that herself?
Yes.
Good. Thank you. And then, okay, so how do her cords look now?
They are gone, the ones that need to be gone.
Good. So let's go ahead and provide healing as well to her vision and any dental health. Can we do that?
Yes.
Good. And then a higher self, how many years can we age regress her?
10.
Let's go ahead and age regress her now. It's 10 years. And then all of you work on her chakras, balancing them out, making sure none are blocked or misaligned. And then expanding her heart as well, opening up to the biggest it can be, and healing her auric field, ensuring there's no tears within them. Can you do that?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. And then does she have any negative contracts, Michael, we can remove for her?
Yes.
Okay. Remove those for her now. Thank you. And then we're healing any current life trauma and past life traumas as well. Can we do that?
Yes.
Thank you. And can you tell me, she worked so hard. She, got certified, but then she, got kind of a little, well, pulled back in, you can say. What was the biggest thing that was anything attached to her that caused her to pull back in?
There is negative energy in her daily life that, coupled with the lack of shielding, led to her being pulled back.
What can she do going forward? Well, yeah.
Shielding is the most important thing,
Yeah.
which she knows
Mhm.
and has hopefully learned. She can also practice more loving thoughts in moments of frustration. She has a tendency to get wrapped up in material, physical, worldly drama and thoughts that do not serve her and would be better not focused on.
Got it. Thank you. Very good. Okay, higher self. At this point, I've asked all the questions she had. Is there anything else that I could have asked? Oh, actually, that consciousness that you were still working on in the shoulders, is that back to being organic?
Yes.
Good. Let me speak to you now. Help it come up now, please. Greetings. Thank you for speaking to us. We love you, honor you, and respect you. May we ask you questions?
Yes.
Thank you. If you could tell us, where were you before you became attached to this technology?
A person, I think.
Okay. And it was that a person of Earth or somewhere else?
Earth.
And what happened to you? Are you part of a person, or did this person pass away?
They passed away.
Passed away. Okay. And then you were so you were an entity then after the person passed away of this person?
Yes, I think it is unclear. It was a long time ago.
Very good. Would you allow for us to help you spread your light so you no longer have to be this, entity anywhere else? You can ascend and be free.
Yes.
Beautiful. Find that light within you. Spread it to all that is you. Every root, every cord. Let us know once you're fully out and you're fully of light. And then higher self, can you confirm the technology that was attached to this entity? Is it all removed?
It is.
So let's fall in love light deeply, thoroughly. As you know, you said it traveled all the way up to I think her head. You said her third eye.
Yes.
Filling and healing all parts of that. Thank you. And when did this attach?
A long time ago.
In another life or this life?
No, this life.
Okay, what happened to her then that allowed for this to attach?
Extreme sadness.
Mm-hmm.
It childhood. I'm feeling young, very young age. 6.
Mm-hmm.
There was an extreme sadness and disappointment that allowed it to come in.
Okay. We're healing that trauma now. All right, higher self, at this point, we've conducted the entire healing. Is there anything else that we've missed within her body scan, or anything else that I could have asked that I haven't?
No.
Higher self, may I bring her back?
Yes.
Beautiful. I want to thank Archangel Michael, Divine Mother, higher self. Higher self, is there a name that you go by?
Kara.
Kara. And do you want to share with her, like, as far as her galactic history? What are you connected to? Anything specific?
Palladian.
Pleiadian. Beautiful. Good. Anything else you want to share with her about you?
I have been through so many lifetimes with her, and it is beautiful to get to examine them together.
Beautiful. Any other message for herself before I bring her back?
She needs to shield. She knows this, but I feel like it would help to say it one more time.
That is shall. Thank you. All right. So thank you, higher self, as well as Michael, Divine Mother, Azrael, anyone else who assisted. We love you, honor you, and respect you. Blessings to everyone, and especially those beautiful souls that assisted in Lemuria to somehow maintain some kind of stabilization for the upcoming descendants, the upcoming incarnations of all the people on earth. We humbly thank you in the most infinite love and respect. Thank you. I will bring her back now, higher self.
Thank you.
Thank you. Greetings. It is such an honor to be here with you, explaining what Galactic Soul History book series is about. I am Aurora. I am the founder of A.U.R.A Hypnosis Healing, which you will find here in our beautiful books. Book 1. Every part of this book is divinely beautiful, beginning from the cover and the amount of wisdom and knowledge that is being shared. This book began by A.U.R.A Hypnosis Healing Technique by conducting past life regression on over 330 clients within the last 3 years, where they told their galactic history, their soul journeys, explaining who they were beyond the veil, beyond this earth, in the dimensions, in a universe. These different higher self expressions surprise me just as much as they're going to surprise you. You're going to start reading this book and you're going to want to learn more and more about these different expressions, not wanting to stop. Through these past life regressions, the clients were able to remember consciously what is within the subconscious as far as where it is that they've traveled throughout time and space, their souls have traveled, and they were able to share histories of different dimensions, planets, and universe and alternate worlds that brought forth pieces of the puzzle, pieces we had thought that we had forgotten. And through every self-expression that they share and these different past lives that they're sharing or future, we learn to be able to remember self, because as we are all fractals of one another, through this book, you will learn how even if a client is talking through a higher self perspective or some of the angelics are talking, you will learn how each one of those have messages even within your life, as we are all expressions and reflections of one another. True history of the galactic history of the universe through all different forms of these higher self expressions, these different clients of throughout internationally throughout the world didn't know each other, but yet we're able to put this beautiful collaboration together. It goes through an infinite amount of how to self-heal, as well as things that are very sensitive, as the My Lab, as how to weave through the artificial matrix and learning to come out from it into the organic matrix. I am a channel to the Galactics, and we channeled furthermore information through this book as well. You will remember your soul through other selves. This in itself is infinitely beautiful, because this is why we fractalize from source itself, so that we can learn from one another, sharing each other's journeys throughout our different incarnations so that we could grow together. So this is what this book is all about, sharing these beautiful infinite expressions that help you grow in the most profound ways, gaining your sovereignty, gaining your power back, recalling memories long lost within perhaps your memory field, activating your crystalline energies, your crystalline bodies, just as you will fall in love with each one of these different clients, these beautiful souls in these soul journeys. You will also learn to fall in love with yourself, because you, with every wisdom, every knowledge gained through every single session that you will learn how to also self-heal within your etheric, your energy body, your physical body, your infinite soul. You will learn all these different things that we thought were not possible, that you will learn that they are possible. Looking forward to meeting you perhaps in the future through whichever form, whether that is on my YouTube channel, whether it is through any class or certification, through a workshop, through a seminar. Thank you for following your heart to mine. I love you, honor you, and respect you. Thank you.